Welcome to What's Cooking in the Library. Today we are doing stewed chicken. I use stewed chicken as a base for anytime I need broth, chicken broth, and cooked chicken. And I use it for my chicken noodle soup, which is what we're going to be doing today. You can use it for as the base for gumbo or any recipe that you need chicken broth and cooked chicken. So I'm going to show you today how to do stewed chicken. I am doing it in the Instant Pot, but you can also do it on a stovetop, just as easy. So we will start out by turning the Instant Pot on to saute. We're going to add a little bit of olive oil. And then we're going to add vegetables. We're going to add a large onion that's been diced. This is 4 medium carrots, and this is the size of the carrot that I used. I already have them cut up, and I just slice them, just like that. So 4 carrots. Peel them and slice them. And then I also use 4 celery. And the same thing, I just cut them. And I use the leaves. So I use the leaves in this particular recipe. I always just add the leaves also. So 4 celery. We're just gonna let that cook for just a few minutes. All right, so I've let it cook here. The vegetables cook for several minutes. Now we're going to add 2 pounds of chicken. You can add any kind of chicken you want. I have boneless, skinless chicken breasts right here. You can add boned chicken with bone in it. You can add thighs. You can add a whole chicken. Whatever kind of chicken you would like to do. Make sure you always disinfect after you use touched chicken. So you don't have cross-contamination. So 2 pounds of chicken, 2 to 3 pounds. I added 2 pounds here. Well, it was about 2.5 actually, come to think of it. We're going to add 6 cups of water. And then we're going to add some spices. We're going to add a bay leaf, like that. Half of a tablespoon of parsley and 1/4 teaspoon of thyme. Which thyme you're supposed to actually roll it between your fingers. Let me add it. That wakens up the spice. Then salt and pepper to taste. We're going to just add about a teaspoon of salt here. And then some pepper. Not about that much. And then if you don't have to do this, you can, especially if you're using chicken that has bone in it, I don't normally add this, but where this is just chicken breast with no bone, I add a little bit of better than broth, bouillon. It just makes the broth a little, I think it's a little better with a little bouillon in there. Make sure it's set to sealing. And we're going to set it on. We're going to use the soup broth, and we're going to set the time for 15 minutes. And so that's all ready. Okay, while that is processing, while that's cooking, I'll show you how to make noodles, egg noodles. So we're going to do that with 1 cup of flour. We're going to use make kind of a well in the center, a hole in the center. We're going to add 1 egg, 1 whole egg. And then we're going to add 1 egg yolk. To get the yolk, you just get rid of the white, just kind of like that. Your yolk's left in here, and dump that in. And then 1 teaspoon of salt. And we're just going to mix this together. Water 1 tablespoon at a time until it's a really stiff dough, but it holds together. And it's usually about 1/4 cup, so that would be about 4 tablespoons. Form it into a ball. Like that. I'm going to put it out on a floured surface. Roll it out. And it depends on how thick you want your noodles to be. Some people like really, really thick egg noodles. I like mine thinner. We're going to cut them thin. A way that I have found that's the easiest way to cut egg noodles is with a pizza cutter. And I just
then we're just
I'll
gonna
let this sit while our chicken processes. They actually are better when they sit a little while on the counter and kind of are allowed to dry out a little bit. So finish cutting these and just let them sit. All right, it's been 15 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and quick release this. So shot. Okay, it's lost pressure. We're going to take the lid off. I'm going to remove the chicken.
Making pot stickers
No.
or cauliflower?
Making chicken noodle soup. Go ahead, are you getting some movies? Okay, I removed all the chicken. Now I'm going to bring it back to a boil. In here, I'm going to just turn on the saute again. Let's see, saute right there. We're going to bring this back to a boil. In the meantime, if your chicken has bone in it, you're going to want to remove the bones and shred the chicken. All right. So if you don't want to make it into chicken noodle soup, you can go ahead and strain the broth and use it for something else. You can use it in other recipes, or like right now, I just brought it to a boil. So it is up to a boil, and we're going to add the noodles to it. I like long noodles. If you don't want it long, then cut them shorter. Okay, so we're just going to add these noodles. It'll take 4 to 5 minutes probably to cook these noodles. And then we'll add the chicken. Okay, gonna add the chicken back in now. All right, and it's ready to serve.